We've kind of been running an initiative in the Marketing Operations and Digital Business Department whereby we deliver some referencing skills sessions to Level 4 students. So I run a large Level 4 unit in the department called Principles of Marketing, and we have just over 300 students on that programme. And what we've been doing is we've been running kind of Harvard referencing sessions in the tutorials alongside some research skills sessions with the help of Sian from the library to help develop the students' research skills and more specifically Harvard referencing skills.
The library team aim to kind of see as many students as we can across the university to deliver info skills training, so helping them with researching, finding academic information for their assignments. And this year, Clare asked us to run sessions so that we would potentially see every first year marketing student, which we haven't been able to do before. So we booked in, I think it was 9 sessions, where we demonstrated some academic databases for students to use to find journal articles, talked about the importance of recognising journal references, book references, how to search for information, what search terms to use, and then they were given a task to go away and do to put into practice what they'd learned. So I think it's really good that it was put into context for them as it was at the time of their assignment. They were a lot more responsive to it because of that, I think.
So just to tell you a little bit more about the actual tasks that we got them to do in tutorials, like Sian was saying, Sian came and did the info skills session with them, and the students were given their assignment brief the week before, so this all happened in week 2. So with the help of Sian, she got them specifically thinking about, well, what's my assignment about, therefore, what do I have to go out and research in the library? So they then found these 5 sources that Sian directed them to. So the week later they came in to present this in the tutorial, so they had these 5 sources and we asked them to write down the references for each of these sources in the Harvard style, and then the tutors would go around in the session, check the references, check that they were correct, as well as looking at the suitability of the sources that they'd actually found to put in their assignment.
Well, for the past few years now, the library's created the MMU Harvard Referencing Guide, which students can refer to, and we've now also introduced something called LibGuides, which is web pages. The first one we've done is for referencing, so there's a lot more help out there for referencing now.
So one of the other things that we did in the unit was we had an assignment forum, but in addition to that we also had a forum within that was just specifically about Harvard referencing, and Sian actually had access to that forum. So Sian very kindly took on responsibility for actually answering questions specifically about Harvard referencing on that forum. We haven't noticed a dramatic increase in the grades that students actually got in their first Principles of Marketing assignment, but all of the marketing team definitely noticed an improvement in the Harvard referencing ability of students in this first assignment. So the vast majority of students actually attempted to Harvard reference, which wasn't always the case in previous years. And so some of them still kind of needed some improvement on that, but all students were referencing books correctly, referencing journal articles correctly, including page numbers when they had a direct quote. So some of the things that they didn't necessarily attempt in previous years, they were attempting this year.
It's very important for the library skills that we teach students to be put into context. So often we will go in and talk about researching, finding information, and if they don't have an assignment due, they find it hard, I think, to relate it to what they're doing. So I did feel that the response I got from them was very good. They could relate it to what their topic and what they were doing and put into practice what they'd learnt straight away. And the feedback as well, we do evaluation forms, and the feedback was very positive from them as well.
The collaboration between the department and the library has been very beneficial in that we've found that students are very keen to visit the library now since Sian has been coming to the sessions, whereas in the past perhaps students have seen the library and perhaps the academic side of things in the department as 2 separate beings, and sometimes they've got to the end of the first year and they've not even visited the library yet, whereas that's certainly not been the case this year, because obviously in week 2 we've got them actually going into the library and accessing the resources that the library has to offer.
From the library's perspective, this has been really valuable, this collaboration. It's been a brilliant opportunity in the second week to have the chance to actually go into a classroom to show the students what we can offer them, to embed those skills very early on. It's given us the chance to kind of break down any barriers that students might have in terms of the library. They might be might have been previously a bit nervous about coming into the library, about approaching librarians, but hopefully now that they know me, I feel a lot more comfortable doing that.
So Sian was just saying that some of the students now contact her. So a lot of the students are asking, I can't access this e-book that you've recommended. Oh, I'll speak to Sian about it. So they know exactly who to speak to now, whereas that's not necessarily been the case in the past, and they've just come directly, to the member of staff. They know they can speak to Sian about it now. So the students are really getting engaged with the resources that library's got to offer. So that's certainly been beneficial from the students' perspective. So I think the main message to get across is that this was a really easy thing to do, and working with Sian has certainly made it an awful lot easier because a lot of the resources are already in existence.
So the main message from the library perspective, I would say, is that there are a team of librarians allocated for each subject area who are willing to help and support tutors in whatever way they can. So our contact details are available, and I just urge people to get in touch with us and to see what support we can offer.
You can find more good practice exchange films and resources on our website. Visit celt.mmu.ac.uk/good_practice. Thanks for watching.